Hello, friends, and welcome back to the horror section. This is going to be a review video for 1987's Night Screams. And I'm going to start off with what I liked about the movie, and then kind of go to because this wasn't one of my favorite movies I've seen. I mean, you can call this kind of a 1980s slasher movie. It's from 1987, but now, starting off, I like a good whodunit in my slasher. Like, you don't know who the killer is, you never see their face. And you just go through there and you watch them kind of kill the people, and you're kind of guessing, well, which one of these last people is the killer. So that was pretty cool. And this one's got some pretty good kills in it, different ones. The killer uses different weapons and stuff like that. So that was pretty good too. So I enjoyed that part of it. But the other thing I didn't like about it, it was bogged down with way too much stuff that didn't make any sense to me. Like, starting off, there's the football player is throwing a party for his buddies at his house because his mother and dad's out. Well, lo and behold, the football player has trouble with getting mad, kind of raging and getting mad. So he's been taking these pills for a long time, and the pills kind of calm him down. You could see it through the movie. You can, there the first of it, he starts getting mad or whatever, and he'll take his pills and it'll calm him down. He starts holding his head like he's getting really angry. And of course, the night of the party, his pills get left with his mother and dad, so he doesn't have his pills. So he's at the party, and of course he doesn't have anything to calm him down. So lo and behold, could he be the killer? Then they throw in these two escaped people from like a mental ward, I believe, or like maybe a prison. I think it's a mental ward. Like they're kind of crazy a little bit, and then it shows a scene where they actually shoot a few people. So they're capable of killing people. So then it throws them in there, and they all come to the same house. The people escaping from the insane asylum or whatever. They show up at hey, here's a house over there, and it had to be the same one that they're throwing the party at. And it's like they're just hiding in the basement, and you see these weird scenes of the two crazy people just acting weird. I guess since they're supposed to be crazy, they're going to make it look like they are. And of course, they're partying upstairs. And all of a sudden, you see a bunch of them getting killed off one by one in pretty cool, various different ways or whatever. There's some kind of cool ones. Some of them are kind of, they're not the best I've ever seen, but they were a little different. They were kind of fun. They were quick too. It kind of, it was just kind of jumped out and got the person, so they were pretty good little kills there. I enjoyed that part of it. So it's kind of like a murder mystery now, who done it? Could it be the guy that ain't been taking his pills? Could it be the people from the insane asylum? Could it be somebody different? So it's got a good mystery to it. But then they throw in all these different clips from other movies. It's like every time you think you're watching the movie that you've actually put in to watch, you're watching Night Screams. Instead of that, you're watching a clip from a totally different movie that they're watching on the TV. These people are just sitting around watching these movies. So every time you go to a different scene, you're like, is this from Night Screams, or is this from a movie that they're watching? Like there was a first part of the movie. These people are sitting around watching a movie, but it gets so it keeps going back and forth from the movie to them. You get so confused. It's like there's a person killing people right then. So is the person killing them in the movie, or are they killing them in the Night Scream movie, the one I'm actually watching? It just was way too confusing for me. It was just it didn't make any sense. The director, I believe he done a pretty good job. He just added way too much to it. It just he probably come up with a good idea, and he just thought, well, I add this to it to make it a little better, and add this to it. And he could have just stuck with a straight, and not added so much in there. I think it would have been a little better, but that's the only thing I didn't like about it. There was so many just different clips and stuff from the different movies. Other than that, if they, let's say if they didn't throw those clips in, you just see people watching TV and you never see anything. Then it's like an old 80s slasher movie, you know. You have these knucklehead kids and they're jumping around doing crazy stuff. You got a couple of the one kind of goofball guy, he's always dancing on there and doing stupid stuff. It was just like an 80s movie. But then you add in all these clips of these other movies that didn't make any sense. It was like, you know, that's the only thing that dragged me down about this movie. It was a pretty decent one. This is one I'd probably recommend you just watch it on YouTube. Then if you like it, then you can try to find it and buy it or whatever. But I wouldn't actually recommend this one for anybody to buy. I just didn't. Like I said, some of the kills are pretty decent, but it was like too confusing and bogged down for me. It's like, how many different, you know, scenarios can you put in there? You got the guy that hasn't been taking his pills that could go nuts and kill all these people. You got the escaped convicts. Heck, why don't you throw another killer in there too? You know, you have them where they, you know, put Freddy Krueger in there. If they fall asleep, you know, well, was he the one that was, you know, I don't know. It was too confusing for me. He put too much in here. The director did, but other than that, it was like the kills and stuff like that were kind of cool. And and I do say that what would I say? The person that killed them at the end, you know, you don't know till the final, pretty much the final like 5 minutes of the movie who the killer is. They kind of keep you guessing and guessing. You never see the face of the person that's killing all these people off. And that was pretty good. It kind of kept you guessing, and it put a little twist on it. So the end was pretty decent. But it was just getting there. It was just, I don't know, this one was like a trial for me to watch. I watched it all the way through, but, you know, it was kind of tough to watch for me. But like I said, the kills made it a little better. That made it entertaining, but like I said, this has been if I can ever talk right, this is the horror section, and of course just reviewing Night Screams here on this video. And like I said, just check it out. It's here on YouTube. You can watch it for free, so watch it. I mean, I might have just a bad, you know, perspective on it. Everybody else might love it, but I just couldn't get into this one. The kills were good, and the whodunit part was good, but the rest of it I just couldn't. It was too bloated down with stuff, just too much thrown in there for me. But that's my review for Night Screams. Check it out if you think it sounds like you might want to see the good kills and stuff. Like I said, it's here on YouTube, so just watch it. But that'll be it for me. Until next video, have a good one. See ya.